Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again and taking a break from MH3 today to go through Anikthea, Hand of Erebos. I put a poll up the other week. There's quite a few votes. I think it's the most votes I've had so far. It's only 30, but you know, that's an improvement on 10 I had from the previous two polls. So you know, thank you for all those who voted. And the choice was because we're waiting for MH3 to launch an MTGO. Here's 4 commanders I've never covered. I'll do a live build on the stream. You can watch me do the deck build, and then I'll play it on the stream, and that's what we did. Now, Anikthea won the poll quite happily because it's something I haven't played. No one's seen me playing this one. People wanted to see, so I built the deck on stream. There's a link down below for Twitch. You can go and watch the part of the stream. Part of the stream is cut off. I'm talking about random things. We had a bit of a hacking issue with a lot of inappropriate things turning up, so that part of the stream got stopped, deleted, and the rest of the stream's up there. So you can go and find it if you want to and watch it. But I built Anikthea, we played it out, it worked okay, but then I've kind of updated it since then because I had a bit of a think and found some better things and picked up some of the weaknesses we saw on the stream. But for now, we did win the game, by the way, just so we're clear. I might try and do a link to it down below and put a video up for it if I can go and clip it out, but keep your eyes out for that. But for now, this is Anikthea. 2 white, black and green for a 4/4 legendary enchantment creature demigod, as you all know. Has menace, and other enchantment creatures you control have menace, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target non-aura enchantment creature enchantment card from your graveyard, create a token as a copy of the card except as a 3/3 black zombie creature in addition to its other types. So basically it reanimates our enchantments from our graveyard that aren't auras, and that's what this deck really does very well now. So here we go. So, starting at the top, we had to have some ramp in the deck. So, Arbor Elf, Elvish Mystic, Fire Lord Elves, Llanowar Elves, plus Bloom Tenderer to get us there a little bit quicker with the ramp side of it. The Thanos Shigeki is quite good fun because it's an enchantment creature, so it comes in with menace anyway and has death touch. And then, you know, we can exile it to bring it back to the 3/3 zombie with death touch once it dies off, once we get Anikthea in play. Herald of the Pantheon makes all enchantment spells cost 1 less, and we gain a bit of life when we cast one. Jukai Naturalist, again, reduces the cost and has lifelink. Cameo of Transience, because why would we not play this if we're playing enchantment spells? We might as well have this coming. It gets big very quickly. Nessian Wanderer really does help in this deck. Goes and finds us our lands. Yes, we do put some of the enchantments to the bottom of our library. That's a little bit annoying, but the land getting the ramp on the go really does help this deck at the end of the day. Sanctum Weaver just gives us a mana of any 1 colour where X is the number of enchantments we control, which is pretty good for 2 mana. Sithis is here, Harvest Hand, might as well have this here to gain a life and draw a card so we cast our enchantment spells. And this is the card that won me the game when we built the deck in the first place, Underworld Coinsmith. Yeah, I was paying a lot of life and managed to get an attack in when my last opponent was in play that wiped them out. So yay, go on your Coinsmith. Weaver of Harmony gives +1/+1 to all our other enchantment creatures, and then we get to copy our triggered, activated, or activated abilities from enchantments. Archetype of Courage is in. It gives all our creatures first strike, takes first strike away from everybody else. Calyx, Guided by Fate, had to be here for the whole +1/+1 on a counter target creature, and then we get to copy non-legendary enchantments, so that's nice. Course with Crucifix, yep, lands off the top, a little bit of life gain. Dryad of Elysian Grove, play an additional land and make sure all our lands are all 3 colours we need at all times. Gloom Shrieker just lets us return stuff from our graveyard to our hand, and when it dies off we have to exile it, but I'll pay the 3 mana to have something returned as like Eternal Witness with an enchantment side to it. Nyx Weaver just mills. We like this because that does give us lots of targets for Anikthea eventually. Satire Enchanter gives us a card draw whenever we cast one. The spell doesn't have to resolve, remember, it's just when you cast you get to draw the card, so even if it doesn't resolve we still get the card draw, which is nice. Setesian Champion, we might as well get the +1/+1s going and a card draw with this as well. Yep, Enchantress is here because we are playing an enchantment deck after all, alongside Eidolon of Blossoms because we are playing an enchantment deck. Neva, Stalked by Knights, also comes in to return an enchantment from our graveyard to our hand or a creature if we need to. And whenever our enchantments do go to the graveyard from the battlefield, we do get to put a +1/+1 counter on Neva and then scry, which happens quite a lot when your creatures are being killed off. Obviously, Doomwake Giant had to be here as well for the constellation triggers to make everything else, everyone else controls smaller when we play the enchantments. The archetype of finality is lovely to give everything death touch. It keeps everyone off your back for a while. Humbler of Mortals gives all our creatures trample when enchantments come into play. Nylea's Colossus is the one card I went a bit wrong with when I was playing it the other day because, well, there's an enchantment out that stopped this ability working, but it's good fun when it works. And the archetype of Endurance, giving everything hexproof, it's the Piste de Resistance. We do like it just to keep all our stuff alive. This is where a lot of it has changed. Because I realised I wasn't getting much in the graveyard, I've had to change the spells in the deck, so the changes are really here if you watch the video. Commune with the Gods is here now to put things in the graveyard. Tharseek's still here, along with Nature's Law, 3 visits, and Kodoma's Reach. Won't talk about them, we all know what they do. Gather the Pack lets us put stuff into the graveyard as well, alongside Grizzly Salvage, which I wasn't playing before, and Mulch. We all know what they do, so I'm not going through them too deeply. In the Presence of Ages does the same thing. Reveal the top 4 cards, creature or land card from among them in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. That's fine. Anikthea will bring things back from our graveyard quite happily, assuming no one's got like Leyline of the Void out, or Bajuka Bogus or something. Crewfixer's Insight does the same thing as well. It goes and gets us up to 3 enchantment cards into our hand and put the rest in our graveyard. There are times when you only want to take 2 of the 3 you find and put the other one in the graveyard because Anikthea is going to attack and reanimate it, which is sometimes better, so bear that in mind. And Scout the Borders, creature or land, and then the rest in the graveyard. Again, nice way of filling the graveyard up, which is what I think I missed when I built the original deck, hence why they're here now. Artifact wise, Mog's Tantalite, Soul Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, one of each of the medallions, Mindstone of Thoughtfest will give us some extra ramp, and then if it all does go horribly pale shaped, the Elixir of Immortality is here to get everything back into our library quite happily. Thank you. We are only playing 12 other enchantments, so it's probably a little bit light here. People will probably disagree with me on this, but with the enchantment creatures I think we're okay. This is the card that made everything didn't work off our Colossus. Had Greater Auramancer in play, which did protect Anikthea and protected all enchantments. I completely agree with that, but giving him Shroud, probably not the best plan in the world. Likewise, Sheltered Grove does the same thing, but at least we can sack this off to go and get rid of something and find another enchantment that we need to put on top of our library, maybe at the end of someone's turn. Sheltered Aerie, just here to give us a bit of land ramp still. Anointed Procession, because if we're going to make tokens, we may as well double them up alongside Power of Our Lives. They're both here. We're going to be making tokens off Anikthea, so hopefully this will do it. Growing Ranks to populate. Omen Path Journey to go and get the lands out and do a random one onto the battlefield tapped. This is quite fun. I'm glad that one of my regular streamers, Lux New, suggested this one when we were building the deck, so I'd forgotten about it, and it is quite good fun in this deck, I have to say. Boon of the Spirit Realm was one I remembered about. To go and get the countings on it and then put +1/+1, give all our creatures a pump up for each counter on the boon is pretty good. Mirari's Wake doubles up our mana production and gives all our creatures a bump. Sigil of the Empty Throne, whenever we play an enchantment we get an angel. That's fine. Starfield and Nyx, beginning of our upkeep, return a creature card, an enchantment card from our graveyard to the battlefield. Can return the enchantment creatures, don't forget, so it does do a little bit of reanimation as work as well. And then whenever you control 5 more enchantments, each other non-aura enchantment you control is a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost. Yeah, that's fine. And finally, the last enchantment in the deck, Song of the World Soul. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. That's fine. We'll have tokens come into play. We can populate them up quite happily, and I've got no issue with that at all. Land-wise, only 36 in the deck. All the white, black, and green lands you can think of. 3 of each of the basics is in here just in case. I will point out that Tainted Field and Tainted Wood are very good. I don't think people play these enough. The cost of the deck also goes up because Scrubland's in here, so you can drop that if you need to. And that is it. I'm very conscious that Anikthea has been around for quite a while now, since Commander Masters came out a while back, and people have probably fed up with seeing this card, but hey, it's the one people picked on the poll. There'll be another poll coming up on the YouTube channel at some stage this week, so keep an eye, hit the subscribe button if you can. You'll see the polls come up, you can vote on them. I'm not quite sure what the polls are going to be for next week, but we'll think of something and that'll be up either Monday or Tuesday. But for now, thank you for watching today's video. If you can, please hit the subscribe button down below. Help me out, help me get towards my 500 target if you're not subscribed here already. And if you are, thank you for coming back and watching today's video. More videos on YouTube later next week. Depending how the streams go this week, there may be even stream replay at some stage. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.